God works in mysterious ways. Okay? God works in mysterious ways. I was going to write this up on Facebook, but I'll post it here. God works in mysterious ways. And so there was this lady, and apparently these two thugs uh, kidnapped her and went into the beach. And they had this knife. And they stabbed her in the neck more than 200 times. Now, luckily for her, the knife that they used was dull. Okay? The reason why that's a good thing is because despite the fact that she was stabbed more than 200 times, uh, her arteries and veins were not severed because the blade was dull. Okay? So uh, these two left her for dead. Okay? And so then, after they left, she picked herself up, and because she was stabbed so many times that her head was like literally hanging off her shoulders. So she propped her head with her hands and then walked to the highway and flagged down a car, and then she survived that way, right? So then she wrote a book and mentioned and about her survival. And then this guy who was caught for attempted murder was in prison. And then he heard about her book being so successful. And so he wanted a cut of her share because he helped out with the story, right? So, uh, so God does work in mysterious ways, okay? Luckily for her, she survived and she lived to tell about it, right? And she gained her notoriety and I hope she made a lot of money from the book. Okay, so God does work in mysterious ways. Okay, so I thought about that. I thought about the parallels and the meaning behind God. Uh, God, what is it? Uh, God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. His ways are mysterious. God works in mysterious ways. So, I don't have any money right now, but I foresee the fact I feel like I have crossed over to the difficulties of trading. I've discovered, I feel like I've discovered the difficult part about trading, and what I needed to do was climb that hill, climb that mountain of trading, right? That mountain that helped me to understand, um, so that I know, so that it helps me to understand how. Uh, uh, See, I have to climb to the level of up to the top in order for me to understand what trading is, right? So as soon as I get there, then I know, right? As soon as I get there, soon as I get there, I got there. Soon as I got there, soon as I get there, I figure it out, and that's how it works, right? So, so, so the interesting thing is that um, I've expanded upon the possibilities. I've already set out what the possibilities are. Okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is this. Okay, so what I know what's gonna happen. Okay, and I know what I need to do, and I know what has occurred. Okay, I know what has occurred. Okay, and God does work in mysterious ways. Okay, so so I found it profound. I found it profound, and I can see why my ex-wife divorced me because I was lost. I was like one of those half-baked person. Okay, I was essentially a half-baked person who hasn't really. I was dragging around in this world with an eggshell that's been dragging around me. Okay, I feel like I haven't. I wasn't. I felt like I wasn't born completely. Okay, I felt like I wasn't born. I felt like I wasn't born completely. Okay, I felt like that all my life. I felt like, okay, so where do I belong? Okay, it felt like everything that I did. It felt like it wasn't me. Everything that I did, it felt like nothing was me. Nothing said that, okay, this is what I wanted to do, and this is what I needed to do, and this is what I'm going to do. Nothing jumped out at me to tell me that that's what I needed to do. Nothing in this world, nothing in this world just grabbed my attention and says, "Hey, you're going to do this for the rest of your life." Nothing grabbed like that. Even when I was going to college, okay? Even when I was getting my engineering degree, and I was clueless, and that's why when I was working, I can tell why so many people fired me, because I didn't have the passion. Okay, I didn't have the passion. I did not have the passion. I'm saying this. I'm saying it. Okay, I'm saying it. Okay, I could be an ungrateful guy like going to a IMAX theater, okay, with my kids, and then this guy gives me a bag of popcorn, but the bag of popcorn is not even full. And so when I ask him, "Hey, could I have more?" the guy gets upset, kind of thing, right? Okay, it's an eye awakening kind of situation, right? So I can say this, but people will say, "Hey, what is this guy doing?" Okay, you want a little more popcorn, all right? You want a little popcorn because what? You want a little popcorn? Then I realized, okay, so see, I'm just tooting right now. I'm just tooting my horn right now, okay? Even though I don't have money right now, but I feel like I've already tackled the difficult part, which is the difficulty is in uh, getting that strategy. Getting that strategy is so important, okay? And risk is very important too. I mean, as I've noticed, risk is very, very important because that strategy can be wrong, okay? So when a trend goes, it's correct 80% of the time, but 20% of the time it's not going to be right, right? And so it has to be that way, right? So I was walking around getting divorced, and I'm trying to take care of my kids, but it just for me it was difficult. For me it's difficult. Now that I look back, I should have loved my kids a little more, but I was confused. I was a child myself, and I was trying to like take care of my kids, and that was not easy. That was difficult, especially me, an individual who is like half baked. Okay, it's not fully baked. I'm not fully baked. When I'm fully baked, then I'm walking around knowing what I want to do, figuring out what my passion is, right? But nothing really grabbed me. Even as an engineer, I'm like I'm very grateful for being an engineer, right? I'm grateful to an extent. I'm not fully, because that was not. I have to say that I'm grateful that people hired me and they trusted me to do certain things, but my passion wasn't there. Okay, my passion was not there. I'll tell you what, it was not there. So then this comes along, and then I have to say, well, all things are due to God, right? Everything is due to God. And then God placed me in this situation where the only way for me to survive is to make this thing work, okay? And he knew the only way to keep me motivated is to incarcerate me for 10 years in a probationary kind of a situation, right? He knew that. God knew that. That was the only way for me to really get fully baked. I was half baked. I was like this little baby chicken that had the eggshell that was glued to the body, and he was being dragged around, right? Haven't been fully hatched yet, okay? I wasn't fully hatched, okay? So that was the situation. Then then and then God put me in this situation like that lady who was like brutally uh brutally I mean violated, and then she lived literally carrying her head, okay, and survived and wrote a book, okay. So God works in very, very mysterious ways. And so I noticed that I was like confused all my life. Now I know, uh, now that I'm doing this, okay, now that I'm doing this, well, what else am I going to do? Okay, what other things am I going to do? But this seems to be a very, this seems to suit me very, very well. Okay, this seems to suit me very well, and so I know I know what's going to happen. I know what I need to do. I know what I did. Okay, I know what I did. Okay, I mean, I had to work as a dishwasher. I remember this one time. Okay, I remember this one time. There's a lot of experiences that I had, which it was a lot of work. So the owner comes over to me and says, and I was like beefed up. I mean, washing dishes, tossing things around. I mean, it builds muscles. I mean, and leg muscles, and burned a lot of calories. At that time, I could eat a lot of buffet. And so what happened was the owner comes over and says, "Hey, did you get that from washing dishes?" And I said, "Yeah, I sure did." Right. So when in a fast food industry, people come and go quite often. Okay, so there was this group, and this one cook was tasked to clean this fixture on a wall. Okay, but he didn't want to clean it. And so what he did was he took this giant fixture and he unscrewed it from the wall and then placed it into the dishwashing area where I had to clean it. So I cleaned it. And then I took this giant fixture and placed it after cleaning it. And the next morning, obviously, I mean, that's what happened, right? And so these things happen. So I survived that. I survived like this. I see. I went to Rite Aid to get this COVID shot for the second time, because when I got shot, when I got the vaccine the first time around, I didn't keep the paper, and so in order for me to prove to the potential employer at HP where I was interviewing, and this, so I had to get another vaccine, but that vaccine caused me to lose my eye, right? Something happened to impact the nerve, and I started losing my eyesight. And boy, and I survived that. I survived all of that. Okay, and then it's like trading is a matter of climbing that mountain, and that mountain has pathways that are very difficult and subject matters that need to be tackled in order to get to that point. And subject matter that needs to be tackled has to be learned in at least three different ways: with mind, body, and setup, right? The body has to get used to this type of lifestyle, right? And so now I'm at the cusp, and I suppose that's why my subconscious is aware of what's going to happen, okay? And what I know to be true now is this, okay? I know what's going to happen. I know what I need to do and what I did, okay? What I did was struggle for 5.5 years. What I did was pay for this guy, Al Brooks, and studied price action. And what I did was spend all the money that I had, and then I worked on it, and I put a lot of time in it, okay? And that's the only thing that I did, okay? And what I know right now is the next step that I have. The next step that I have is that once I get that 10K payout twice, okay? Once I get that payout from the 10K twice, okay? Once I get that payout from 10K twice, okay, which will happen eventually. It's going to happen because I know what I did. I know what I did, okay? Just today, I blew 2 challenges. I admit it. I did it. I was coming into today an Asian market. I don't normally trade Asian market, but something just pulled me into it, so I did, and so I lost. Okay, I lost. I was at a 2.2% profit, and all I needed 6%. But I lost massively on Friday, so some sort of a tilt got to me, right? And so I know that it happens, but I'm gonna overcome it, and I'm gonna have some. So I know what's going to happen. I know what I did, and I know how to fix it, and I know how to go about it. I have resources. I have a couple of demo accounts that I can use to shore up experience and practice before I get to that real experience of it. And when I get to it, I'm going to use that money to pay for the 50K, and I'm going to see what's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's $1 million. There's $1 billion There's $1 billion up there, okay? There's $1 billion, okay? Ready to be grabbed, okay? And I'm gonna grab that $1 billion, okay? I'm gonna grab it. I know it. I know. I just need to cycle through these things for me to get really, 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 really serious about this and get those 2 payouts. And once I get those 2 payouts, man, I'm off to the races. All I have to do is repeat the same thing over and over and over and over and each and every day, and I'm done. I mean, so I'm sitting here, and I was wondering why I'm so excited, because my subconscious has already figured this out, okay? My subconscious has already figured out that that's what's going to happen, and I know what I need to do, and my mind is very, very clear in what I need to do. I have the objective clearly outlined, and I'm going to do it, and that's what it's going to be, because I'm still tied up for the next 4 years, a little over 4 years, to do whatever I'm doing. After 4 years, after my probation is over, then I can't get a job anywhere, okay? Because I said this to the world: look, I'm not a good engineer, okay? I'm not. I only did it for the money, okay? That's why I got fired all the time. I know that, but I want to, see, that's why nobody's going to hire me. I've essentially put myself out of the market, and so I cannot get a job. My skill set will be out of a job. I'll be too old. And then these people who are doing it, they have new things that I haven't picked up on it. And I forgot a lot of things that I did. So I know that I can't go back as an engineer, okay? And it's okay. It's all right. I could have had a different life, obviously, right? I could have had a relationship with my kids, okay? But this will be a totally different relationship with my kids, okay? And God works in very, very mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways, okay? Now all I need is a little stream of funding, and it's the funding I will do, but it just needed a little time. And once I get that, and I'll keep working on it, and I'll get very serious about it, and I'll look for that opportunity, and I'll take it, and I'll get 2 payouts. That's it. It's written. It's written now. It's written in stone. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be, and it's going to be done, and that's it. Okay, that's it. However long it takes, it's going to be done. Okay? Train the mind. Okay, train the body. Train the strategy. Okay? Those are the big things that are on top of the mountain of trading. Those are the big subject matters that are at the top. If I wondered what was actually at the top of the trading environment, that is at the top. There could be a little bit higher, but it's just a matter of mangling and changing things a little bit and adding a few little things to juggle it together, okay? As God as my witness. Why am I saying this like it's an advice? It really isn't an advice. It's not. It's not an advice. I'm just saying this to myself to record it, okay? So that I know what I'm going to do. I know what's going to happen. I know what I need to do. I know what I did, okay? I know what's going to happen. Okay? I know what I need to do. Okay? I know what I need to do. I need to pass the phase 1. I need to pass the phase 2. Okay? I need to get 2 payouts. Okay? Then that's it. Okay? It's been over a year. It took me over a year to really figure this out, okay? And I still keep doing it because it dumps me into the psychological subconscious world that undermines what I'm doing. It happens, but I gotta accept it. It does happen. I just gotta keep doing it. Okay. So I know what's gonna happen. I know it. Even just today, I just blew through like $36 within minutes. I just blew through $36. But that happens. It's part of the it's part of trading. It's a natural thing. It happens. It happens all the time. Okay? It happens. It's hard. It's good to be miss goody two shoes for a while. But sometimes it's good to like get on the highway and open up, just throttle out. Okay? Just throttle out. Get all that frustration out, and just get it out, and just make it happen. Okay? This is for me. This is not for anybody else. This is just for me. I'm documenting my journey. Okay? Okay? This is truly, and I am in this situation because God knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. Okay, I knew what I want. I didn't know what I wanted. Actually, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know how to get it. I didn't know what was required. Okay, but God knew. Okay, and He made it. God knew exactly what I wanted, and He made me. He forced me into a situation where I had to work towards what I wanted. Okay, He knew. God knew exactly. God knew exactly what I needed in order for me to move in the right direction. And so, despite the fact that I lost today, I'm giddy because I know that this is God's work. This is God's providence. I don't know what that means, but it's God's providence. This is God's divine thing that He created for me. Me, just me. Okay, just me. For me, He did this. Okay, just like that guy named Job. Okay, there's only one Job in the Bible. Okay, there's only one David. There's only one Solomon. There's only one Saul. There's only one Adam. There's only one Eve. Okay, there's only one Jehovah. Okay, there's only one. Okay, there's only that guy who solved the Pharaoh's dreams. What's his name? Okay, so there's only one. There's only one, and God works in mysterious ways.